Yes, we are recording. Hello. Hello, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, adieu. I did not watch The Sound of Music tonight. Do love The Sound of Music, but I did not watch it tonight. How's everybody doing? Slightly different setup. Still have not figured done the lighting. I'll be going back to Texas next week. So anyway, it's all good. I hope you're enjoying my Rhode Island readings. I'm having fun with them. And I really am having fun with the Everyday Tarot. I'm loving this deck, Miss Layla. Thank you. Shout out to my niece, Layla Pebbles, for making me get this. Very excited. She and I are going to do some Zoomies and help her learn how to work with her tarot deck a little bit more. If that's something you're interested in doing, hit me up. You can direct message me on any of the formats, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, where I'll post this. And then, or you can email me at lisa.loring@gmail.com. If you'd like your own private reading, you can also do that. But like, share, subscribe on any of those formats where I will post this. And yeah, I hope that whoever needed to receive the reading that, these guys came out for at the end of the reading I did a couple nights ago. I didn't do one last night because had a special dinner with my family and some friends. Shout out to my friend Shell and Tony. And yeah, but I hope that, anyone who needed to hear the messages that these guys involve these two cards. Most of all, I'm really noticing the acorns in his crown, and the acorns were the acorns are already falling here in New England. And I've been picking them up out of the yard so they don't turn into oak trees. But this is kind of like a King of Pentacles vibe, which turned up in the reading of the Peace Dealer. He did a reading a couple of days ago too, and a lot of the same characters that I was seeing came up in his. It's so gratifying to see that. Sometimes I'll turn, if I look, the next day into other formats or whatever. I'll see stuff, and it's neat when you see that energy kind of continue. I also love that in this crown, I don't know if you can see in his crown, there's all those stars, which we also saw those stars in the Empress's crown in this deck. I don't know, maybe she'll come up again tonight. But yeah, excuse me. I really absolutely love this card. And then there's the star above the robin. So, some of this stuff I'm getting, there's a couple of things I want to talk about really quickly. That being the fact that, a couple of weeks back, I said something about, coming up on the full moon in August on the 22nd, and thinking it was in Pisces. And I'm like, that doesn't feel right. That's a really early full moon for Pisces. We're not hardly even into Virgo season at that point. I'm like, God, the full moon in Pisces is normally in September. And it just something, when I said it, it didn't feel right. I think it was it was a long time ago. It was weeks ago. Well, look, I wasn't right. It's actually at the 29th degree of Aquarius, and I actually have already spoken about that since that point. So it's really significant. Please listen to the astrologers. Dorothy Morgan, New Hampshire astrologer, listen to her. Listen to Christopher Witecki, Sirius Joy, Sirius, like the star Sirius, dog star, listen to those guys because they're doing great. They're offering great education around these two full moons that we've experienced in Aquarius. And if we go way back to a reading I did earlier in July, where I spoke to the full moon coming up in Aquarius, I see now that what I was referring to was the significance of it, and I wasn't even at that time really cognizant that I do astrology, but I don't do astrology on the level that those guys are doing. You know what I mean? I'm still I'm more than a beginner, but these guys have been studying for 30 years, you know what I mean? And they have wonderful insights into what we're experiencing with these extraordinary events, as well as, you know, in the middle of the Lionsgate that we had on August 8th. So go and listen to those guys. I'm telling you, Dorothy Morgan's on Facebook. The Serious Joy Club is on Facebook as well. That's a club you can join. You know, it's no junk, no trolling, no crap. It's awesome stuff. So, but at any rate, this star, the Aquarius, like I've got to go back to this, like in this universe, and this is a very Aquarian vibe. Like both of these are very Aquarian. But what I want to also say is that some of the things that I'm picking up and I'm just speaking to, and don't ask me why I know it, I just do. We're projecting out to stuff that we may not start to see until, like, some of the stuff I'm pulling together is the things that we're talking about now, and even the stuff I was talking about, like the seeds and the stuff we were laying down in the beginning of July, speaking to that first full moon, coming up on this next full moon, project out further. Some of the stuff I'm talking about right now is stuff that we'll see come into matter, into manifestation through Virgo season, yes, but I feel like some of this stuff, especially these two cards, it may have felt very immediate, but in the moment when I was reading it, but it feels like this is stuff we're going to cultivate and work on this the end of the loneliness, something like this coming into our lives, however that's going to manifest, it being some kind of partnership, of project, a work, something we're working on that's way beyond our normal boundaries, way beyond the limitations we've ever set for ourselves. And this is, you know, this is very Aquarian stuff I'm talking about. We may not see until Aquarius season. The reason I'm saying this is because I'm seeing this robin and the star. Now, Aquarius is actually technically still a wintertime thing. But it's also, I think this is like the harbinger of new beginning, and we're going into that Piscean season, and I feel like it's gonna be probably an early spring next year. Just saying. And we're gonna see whatever it is, it's gonna be fresh and new stuff that we'll start to see coming up in the season of towards, you know, at the end of February, even though that's, you know, technically still like the dead of winter, right? But yeah, just saying. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about that. All right, let's do the reading for Friday, August, what are we, 20th? Yeah, Friday, August 20th. So sorry about all that aside, but you know, I'll timestamp as I do for when the cards come out for the reading, if that's all you want to listen to, and that's perfectly fine. Don't care. Take what you want, don't what you don't. Anyway, I'm going to go hang out with my pal Lauren Durso tomorrow. We're going to do a dance thing. I'm going to take a little sojourn up to Walpole. It's not too far for me to drive. I think I can manage. And we're going to do a dance party. She does a Friday dance thing. Move your molecules. Isn't that fun? Anyway, we're going to do it with her. We'll somehow share the link. I'm sure I'm going to do something ridiculous and awesome. It's going to be fun, right? All right. But so what's the reading for tomorrow, Friday, August 20th? Coming up onto this full moon. That's good stuff. We're going bigger, we're going better. We're going big and we're going home. Like usually you have to pick, either go big or go home. This time you don't. I think that's what we're going to use this as a title. Oh my God, I hope I don't forget. You can go big and go home. Yeah, because why do you have to choose? Oh gosh, so what's come out already? Oh, the Lover's card. Not surprising. And the Fool. So this is kind of what I just said, right? It's like a new beginning. Something is coming into our lives that's going to end the isolation, and sometimes Aquarians can be like kind of viewed as like isolated and like super duper detached. This is something that ends there. This card came up as saying that we were going to a blessing to ease loneliness and bring companionship. This is bringing people together on like a massive, massive level. that is beyond our fathoming, like things that we think would be impossible, because we're going to expand our minds. We're going to expand our minds. We're going into a higher vibration. And yeah, talk about move your molecules. Hello. You know what I mean? Like, this is new beginnings and people coming together. I love this. This is like, the theme continues. And this is like, intuition and earth coming together. There's a grand trine in earth and in air. The astrologers will tell you this. What that means is like you have this perfect, like wonderful, like a trine is like a triangle, 120 degrees. That's how these planets are lining up that way. The grand trine in earth is between planets in Virgo and in Capricorn. And it's got to be another one. Yes, Taurus. Taurus is huge. So yeah, innovative. Aquarian. That's the ruling planet of Aquarius. And the grand trine in air is going to be between Black Moon Lilith in Gemini, Venus in Libra, and Saturn in Aquarius. Freaking awesome. Freaking awesome stuff. All right, so we have so far 2 cards come out, the Fool and the Lovers. All right, I'm put those down. And what else do we have for Friday? This is probably bringing us all the way. Yeah, I may or may not come in and do I do what I do when I feel like it. Yeah, I was nervous to do this one. I felt like all like super jazzy. Oh, what is this interesting like face in this Lover's card, right? That's like a really interesting take on the angel in the Lover's card, right? Love that. It's like a divine kiss, right? This we're taking all of our relationships, all of our connections, our way of relating to one another, be it in a love thing or a friendship thing or a work thing or just a family thing or whatever. All of that is coming into this place of unconditional love. Christopher Witecki speaks to this. We are capable of so much more. Like, we are capable, and it's easy for me to say this because I'm like a Pisces. I have like no boundaries. I have to like work on my boundaries, right? I'm an oceanic person. And so it's easy for me to be, I have a 29-degree Pisces Venus, which is like, we love everything. We feel everything, good, bad, and, all of it, which is a lot. But, it's just like oh my God, I'm like so overwhelmed. Like, it's beautiful, divine love. It's just like, you just love people. You don't even it's like the kind of love where you don't even expect to be loved, have love in return, but it's like genuine love. It's not like this like masochistic kind of thing. It's this, this boundless, love. And you're just so grateful for people to be in your life. I know. It's easy for me. It's both easy for me to say and hard for me to say because I've been conditioned to be very defensive. And I was very against my actual true nature most of my life. Gee, I wonder why I got cancer. When you go against your actual nature long enough, you're gonna be diseased, right? You're gonna be out not at ease with yourself. So you get diseases. So kind of how that works. No, I'm not victim shaming myself or victim blaming myself. It's totally fine. Whatever. I'm just over it. I can't hold on to that stuff, right? So. I'm not saying you don't need to be, by the way. Everyone's wherever they are in their process. No one, like I said, in my little write-up in my reading from a couple days ago, no one is an ascension fail. Wherever you are in your process is perfect. Keep working the process. And resourcing. I resource stuff. Oh my God. I resource tons of stuff. Constantly. All day long. Like 24 hours a day. Even when I'm sleeping. Anyway, I love it. And what other messages do we have for Friday, August 20th? It's a 20-day. It's not actually a 20-day. It's a Friday, August 20th. What other messages? My spirits, my guides. I know I'm getting very, very excited. I should calm down. Oh, what do we have here? The Knight of Cups. Yeah, that's like a very excited person. Very emotional, like all over the map. Bring in the feels. A little unreliable because it's an actionable type of thing, right? Someone who really acts on their emotions. Guilty as charged. Oh my goodness, but look at this. Oh, like he has fish like all over him. This is a Pisces person. Have no bounds, no boundaries. And he's just gonna go where the love needs to be brought. That's actually what I'm getting from this card. And he is the central card of the reading. He's going where the love needs to be brought. And we have another card coming out, Two of Pentacles. So we're going to go with those three. Okay, and then we'll read some bottom of the deck stuff. All right, so let me angle the camera down so you can see. I think I need to move here. Move them here. Move me back a little bit. So let's read them how they came. Read them and weep. No, and you know what? Whatever, you cry, you cry. I know. I used to not ever cry. Now I cry like all the time. And I'm not ashamed of it. And I don't think it's not a weakness. Weakness is power. When you show your vulnerability, when you show your reality, that people respond to that. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm feeling right now. When you show, this is a person who's not afraid to cry. Like, he's strong. He's a knight, right? But he's absolutely fine to cry. Cry me a river. And he is, somebody who is equally strong in his vulnerability and wears his emotions on his sleeve, right? And here at the bottom of the deck, oh my God, it's beautiful. We have the Ace of Cups. This usually, well, there's a bird of peace, but I saw these as hands at the top. I was going to say usually there's only one hand in an Ace of Cups, but I see two. These two hands, giving down. But this is actually the bird of peace dropping in, something that's actually solid. By showing the emotions, by being in that emotional vulnerability, we're able to bring things into matter. And that's, like I just said, like when you're showing that, there's a response to that. And a Two of Pentacles is here. You give somebody the option of just making a decision about how they want to handle that. And this is somebody who's, the Pentacles is something that is a solid kind of, the most solid suit in the tarot. But even in the solidity, a Two of Pentacles card usually does have a water element because you're still juggling things back and forth. And so, there are some emotional seas that we're working with our emotions. I am very struck by two things here. In the Fool card, and I was looking at the little, oh, look, there's the little dog, Sirius. So our representative of the star Sirius, which we just had involved in the Lionsgate. So some of that stuff that you experienced in Lionsgate is coming out here. So some of the things that you saw probably pop up in Lionsgate, we're going to start seeing some new beginnings, or perhaps an ending. We saw some endings, but I feel a lot of new beginnings here. As long as we stay in our heart. As long as we stay in our heart, we can take things in an entirely new direction. And we really listen to our hearts, and which may feel uncomfortable, but feels strangely comfortable. And not diseased, so to speak, right? At ease instead of diseased. What I'm noticing here is the Fool is wearing two different colored boots. So is our Two of Pentacles person. I see one is the purple, which is the color of our intuition and royalty. And we're always in our most royal sense in our leadership when we are taking in and we are combining our sensibility, which is the things that we sense, the things that we can touch, like through through tangible kinds of things. But sensibility also means what we can and intuit. And so the purple is that color, but then you have this gold, which in this deck is, to me, indicates solidity. The cup is solid. We're dropping something solid into the cup. You can view that as the Holy Eucharist. This was at the bottom of the deck, by the way. You know, some kind of Holy Eucharist, some kind of matter. You know, body of Christ. He always said that that was the you know, the cup of life. Following Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness was all about, no matter what your religion, no matter what your belief system, Christ consciousness was about, was to bring us to it was to help us ascend to a different, out of a particular way of thinking and treating one another into an entirely different one. And I have a friend who always says that, you know, that Christ was that, you know, harbinger of, no matter what your belief system, you know, he was that person who, as an, you know, even if you only, even if your sensibility around what Christ brought was just to bring us out of an eye for an eye kind of mentality to a different kind of mentality. This, you know, we're really starting to see, even though it's 2,000 years later, I think we're really starting to see that pay off. But that does take a juggling of emotions. And here, you know, again, we're still going back and forth with some of our old ways of being. You know, and that's fine. That's fine. That's normal as we're moving into a different kind of ascension. As I said that in that reading a couple days ago in the description, no one is an ascension fail. We have to go back and forth. Part of going back and forth is taking that inventory and really getting to know how we used to think, and comparing that with how we're moving forward, how we're thinking differently, how we're behaving differently, so we can continue to improve upon that. And so we are in this kind of place, in this kind of harmony. We're still making decisions in all of our relationships. I have to impress upon you, this isn't just in romantic kinds of situations. And we have this again, the Piscean card, the Hanged Man. That's at the bottom of the deck. So, and the Four of Cups, both of these are very meditation. We may be refusing, you know, we may be looking toward one, waiting for one divine kind of thing to come in. But, you know, staying in this meditative place, you know, kind of hanging out, like, you know, taking that inventory, maybe knowing that we've got some people to make amends. Maybe our perspective was wrong, and we've got to change our perspective on something. Taking that time to be in a more meditative space, like focusing on one thing, because messages are coming in. And I'm taking this as a more meditative state, more meditative kind of card. Sometimes a Four of Cups is a card of refusing these three cups that are here, but maybe we are refusing these because they were at one point cups that filled us up. But we're starting to go toward, even though these were the old ways of being, these three cups seemed like they were so entertaining. Maybe something else is more entertaining now, making more sense. And again, yeah, more messages coming in that may be a little strong and not a little out of the blue, and spoken in a way that is, you know, Page of Swords energy is information that comes in that's not super welcome, and can be very surprising, and would definitely warrant taking a little time out. So so just to wrap this up, you know, we've got again this energy of new beginnings coming in, and some of this stuff we may not see come to, you know, we may be, this is the kind of journey on which we may be starting to embark, and this could take some time, but we're capable of being in this waiting kind of place. You know what? We know how to do it. And in that space and time, you know, working through the information in ways that are far more productive and better ways of relating than ever before. So no matter what our approach is, you know, we're always working towards this kind of harmony, and you know, constantly changing our perspective, constantly weighing things out, you know, wearing our heart on our sleeve, but in being upfront with our emotions, and therefore eliciting better responses, and in a way that, you know, not only us but everybody feels fulfilled. This is the kind of energy that we have to work with. Okay, so I'm going to take a card from the Blessed Bee deck. No, I'm not, actually. I'm going to take a card from the Spirit Animal deck. Sorry, I was going to do Blessed Bee deck. We talked about that enough, though. I guess that was why that needed to come in. But in the meantime, we're going to do one from the spirit animal deck. What do we have? Oh, I am missing my book. Hold on one second. I am missing my book. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I love the oyster. That oyster and pearl and fire ant stuff continued, I think, to play out over the past couple of days. But what do we have as a commentary for the reading here for Friday, August 20th? And commentary in general. What is the spirit animal? Ooh, ha ha ha. Tiger. I love it. The tiger, the eye of the tiger. Oh my God, I'm so silly. I love it. Lunar force. Oh my God, I don't make this stuff up, guys. Full moon. Full moon, full moon. All right, lunar force. Ease in darkness. Ease. There's that word again. Feminine energy. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, senses, receptivity, receiving, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing. Spend some time in silence. Spend some time in silence. Hangman, Four of Cups. Drinking in the potent calm. Ace of Cups, Four of Cups. Drinking. Drink. Those cups are those are spirituality. Your watery source. We are so much water, right? We're not even like this matter, right? We're this water. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. When in balance, passionate, strong, sensual. When out of balance, overstimulated. To bring into balance, Tritaka, candle gazing. So that's a form of meditation where you have like one single point on which you focus, and a candle is a really good focus. It can, you have the flame, and everybody knows that like you sit around a campfire. There's a reason for that. So campfire it up. It's going to be raining in my neck of the woods, so we got some weird storms coming up. But yeah, I think I'm going to go get me some candles. It's a good idea. Like, share, subscribe. Want your own private reading? lisa.loring@gmail.com. If you do want to learn a little tarot, if you want some tips, I like to play around. Just give me a buzz, DM me, email me, whatever. Yeah, and thanks for everybody who makes donations. I appreciate that very much. And I love you. If I don't come back and do a reading over the weekend, we got enough to work with here. Enjoy. I'll see you when I see you. All right. And catch me out with Lauren Durso. Move your molecules. Have a good one. Bye.